He's shit. He's just shit, innit? He's not, you know.
If he's abusive, she has to leave. My baby's not getting.
But they're not together. It's already done.
They're not together. Then I would just facilitate for that person, both of them, for the father to have access to the child.
Okay,
like,
but
I
what
just need
about
to
the
teach
daughter
her, listen,
now?
that's your relationship is done, but let's.
What about the future what about the direction that the daughter that you want to help guide her into now? Because you've got a child now, and you're not with the child's father. What? Look for a new husband. Concentrate on what?
If she does get a new husband, I would just say when you are with your new man, like I don't know, I don't like stepdads. I don't like other men around children. I'm just proper against that. I don't know why. It just bothers me, innit? Because you can't. Because all you're doing there is putting your desires over your child's needs, and there's always a risk. Humans are humans, innit? I don't care how good they are. Anything can happen, right? Yeah. So if she was like, "Yo, I want to be in a relationship, but I wouldn't want the kid around the new guy. Bring the kid to me. Go do your thing."
Nah.
I don't do stepdaddy. I'm a bit weird like that.
Okay. Another thing, because before she had the child, you would have pushed her towards marriage, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah or no? You sound a bit. Yeah. Okay, 100%. Cool. So now she's had the child, and she's not in wedlock, and she's not with a. Are you relationship wise? Are you telling her to abstain?
She can still have a marriage.
What?
She can still be married.
Marry
just
someone
the kid's
new.
not going to be around. Like you're gonna have to figure something out.
Come on, Sarah, man, make it make sense.
What, for how long? For how long, Sarah? Like, I get that, like in the immediate, like beginning of the relationship, and that you're not going to want a strange man around your grandchild, etc. But how long would that like continue? Surely, after a few years, you might get to know him and think, okay, if he's marriage material, then if he's good enough for your daughter, then surely he's got to be safe enough to be around your grandchild.
Exactly.
For me personally, it was the way I was raised by my elders was once you're divorced, innit? You just have to hold that L. Unfortunately, you're just gonna have to be celibate or wherever you need to be. That's just a decision
there's no
you
plan
made.
B, you're saying.
That's the consequence of the decision you made.
What is it? Celibate or what is it? No. I need to know. Celibate or
we're both from polygamy.
Dating, but don't bring the man around or just look for a next husband, or that husband thing is out the window. Like on what, man? I'm confused.
Celibate.
We're both from
celibate until the kid leaves your house.
Hey,
wow.
Either hold on to your relationship or just be celibate. Like,
so you don't have
18 years.
What man is gonna like hang around for 18 years?
No, we're not talking about the man. We're talking about the girl.
I know, but I'm saying like you're not going to be able to maintain a relationship.
You get impregnated, which is
a bit unrealistic.
Yeah, if you're 18, you get pregnant, which is a failure because you're not married or you're not in that lasting relationship, or the relationship breaks down. Now you've got a young child. So ask your dad and your mom. We're gonna tell you, listen, keep your legs closed, and
until the child
ride it out for 18 years. That's not realistic. It's not even realistic though, Sarah. 18 years.
Not even humanitarian. That's inhumane.
Yeah, it's not fair. Come on,
I can't even run.
I don't know, but if people want to risk it, they can do that in it. But me, I'm not involved.
So basically, you wanna stop her from becoming a multiple baby mother to different men, right?
Yeah,
I hear you.
Not just that, as just other men around your kids. God forbid something happens, you can't take that back.
Yeah, there don't have to be no men around the kids. There don't have to be no men
another man all over your kids. It's just long.
What about waiting a couple of years though, Sarah?
Okay, maybe even like wait till the child is certain age where they can. They're fully. You know what I mean? At least.
No, but you're putting it down to one second. You're putting it down to hold on. You're putting it down to the man having to interact with the child, right?
Yeah.
But if you've already established keep the man away from your child, now what? Like so she can date and see a man and
why not?
But just don't bring him home, or just don't bring him home when your kid's there, or whatever.
Don't bring him home. Find somebody with kids who might have the same kind of mindset.
Sarah, you also said you're happy for them to get married.
The guy don't come
I like that one. Find someone with kids. That kind of
like my sister, same thing. Yeah, she's whatever divorced, separated from her man. The guy don't come to their house. They've got their own. He's got another place.
Yeah.
They just go do their thing, or if they're going weekend breaks or whatever it is, he's got his kids.
Out,
she's got her kids, completely separate. There's no confusion. These kids just grow up. All they see is their own dad. There's no other male figure in the house. There's no confusion for them. There's no them trying to.
Yeah, that's perfect.
The kids are not in conflicted situations.
But
they don't have to get used to someone new. Do you know what I mean?
What if she wanted to get and she's not interested in? Sorry, I don't want to even get into it, but like marriage is off the cards for her and her new man.
You can still be married, and nikah is just in front of the creator. It's just a contract to make the intercourse halal. Like that's all it is.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be.
What if she gets pregnant from the second guy?
And all that.
If she's got nikah from the second guy and she gets pregnant from the second guy, is she going to be bringing up her 2 children separately?
Ooh,
that's exactly what I wanted to ask. Yeah, because you said you're happy for her to get married again. So yeah, exactly.
That's why it's just easier to be celibate.
It's not practical.
Like,
It's not practical.
How can a human live celibate?
Realistic.
But what if it's a good husband? What if the man is potentially a really good husband and he could take care of your daughter and her children?
Potentially.
No, you're not hearing her. She doesn't want the stepdad around the youth.
My thing is, unfortunately, the consequence is your desires. Just dash your desires out the window. That's just the consequence.
You know, and if you teach this to your child, then your
child's needs come before your desires.
If you teach this to your child, the child's more likely to make a better choice before allowing her egg to be fertilized.
And it will be less likely they'll break up if you have that mindset.
Right? Yeah.
That's my only option in life. Figure it out.
You're literally. But 1 minute.
Boy.
You're literally finding a cheat code to the Islamic ideology of divorce. So in Islam, there is divorce. Women are allowed to be divorced and remarried, but you've just basically found a way around it by going, nah, we're going to keep you under lock and key, and you can fuck who you want, but don't bring them around your kids. That don't make sense at all.
Hold on, Khan. Islam tells you one of the worst things you can do is divorce. It's from the biggest thing that
but there is a mechanism in place. For worst case scenario, like JEDI said, the man turned out to be a wrong un, and you had to divorce him. That means that you legitimately ended the relationship. That don't put you on the scrap heap of life.
What did our elders do, bro? What did our elders do? That's an option, right? No one says you have to get married again.
Live their life and remarried. Listen, when you divorce your husband, you go back under the jurisdiction of your father. And the same mechanism that you met your first husband with is how you're meeting your second husband.
We don't live in
There's no dating. There's no dating. There's no sleeping around. A man who's interested in you and your child will have to approach your father in a legitimate way. Say, I'm interested in marrying your daughter. And then they hash it out. The child goes with the mum. Now you can say, all right, I want my child to stay with his grandparents. That's up to you. Like that's not really a right and wrong in that situation. I personally don't.
But Islamically, you do know Islamically, once a child reaches 7, the dad can take the child.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I just made my point. I don't know if you missed it. I'm just saying your made-up lifestyle isn't Islamic.
Say Khan, for example, a man's married and a woman remarries and he doesn't want his child to be raised by the other man, he can take his child.
Yeah. But this whole point that JEDI is raising ain't about what happens to the child. You've diverted it onto the child. The point is, when a woman divorces and remarries, does she have to stay celibate for the rest of her life? Or has she got the chance of finding love again?
Islamically, once the child reaches 7, as in he's not in that age where...
Stop mentioning the child, brother.
Right? Once you reach 7, you've been fed, you've gone through your nursing...
Ain't nothing to do with the child. Listen, you cannot use the child... I'm not listening to you, that's right.
Huh?
You cannot use the child as an excuse to force your daughter to be celibate just because her relationship failed. That's not her fault that the guy turned out to be a wrong one. Why should she have to stay celibate for the rest of her life? What, just because of the child? You're using the child as an excuse to control your daughter.
Islam separates the relationship between the wife and the husband and the relationship between the father and the child. Right? So if you two have had something and there's no signs of this man doing anything to the child, then the fiqh is what? He's allowed to take his child.
Yeah, we know that.
That's the fiqh, right? So she can either choose for her child to be taken. That's an option that's out there now. Or she can stay celibate. Because the man might say, I'm not rocking with this new guy, so I want my child now. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Because he's responsible for that child. On the day of judgment, that's his
The whole point of this conversation isn't what happens to the child. It's once you're divorced, what happens to you then?
But that's
And I'm
where the
saying that
mindset comes
unlike
from, bro.
Westerners, when you're divorced, you don't live in a little council flat somewhere with your children separate from your dad. When you're divorced from your husband, you go back under the jurisdiction of your father. Any potential suitors have to go through the same mechanism, whether or not you got a child or not. They have to go
Yeah, but
through
they
the
can't.
same mechanism
That's an option, though. That's
of being
allowed.
vetted
What's
by
your
your
point?
family.
I
My
haven't
point is
denied
the
that, though.
first marriage
They
failed
can do
because the
that.
guy turned out to be a wrong un, right? That doesn't give the woman free reign now to go and live in a council flat somewhere on her own and be dating men
I don't know what your
in an
argument
unhalal way.
was.
She has to go back under the jurisdiction of her father. Is that not correct?
I'm talking about the concept of staying celibate comes from the idea that the father can take the child, so women just choose to stay celibate until the child is of age and they've moved on. That's just the culture was.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you, that you're using the child as an excuse to keep the woman celibate. She's got the right to meet another man and have as many children as she wants, right? But you're blackmailing her, saying, nah, but if you try to do that, we're going to take your child away from you. That's not
No, but
Islamic.
that's... What do you mean I'm blackmailing her? That's fiqh, bro. Go fight
Yeah,
yourself. Don't fight
I
me.
think the
society-
Islamic ruling is 3 months or something.